inside our NFL Network studios. We got a full house for you today. As always, Terrell Davis is joining us in studio. We have a couple of guests, Baltimore Ravens, 7-year linebacker Bart Scott, and Packers cornerback Al Harris, entering his 11th year into the National Football League. You just heard the words of your former starting quarterback, or could he be your future starting quarterback? Your thoughts, Al, on what you've just heard from Brett Favre.
Well, as far as them moving on, Packers hadn't moved on because Brett was retired. Now that he's not retired anymore, it's going to be interesting to see, how it all shakes out.
What do you think potentially could be any issues in the locker room? Could you see it be a dividing situation if, in fact, he does become property of the Packers again?
No, I don't see it being a problem in the locker room at all with guys saying, okay, we want Brett or we want Aaron. I think everybody in the organization, the locker room part of it, whoever is our quarterback, that's who we're going to support. So if it's Brett, then we're behind Brett 100%. If it's Aaron, then we're behind Aaron 100%. So whoever takes the snap on that first day, that's what we're backing.
Yeah, don't you just want some closure to it? I mean, people talk about the distraction, the players in the locker room, and obviously you being on that team, I know probably inside the locker room the guys have their druthers of which guy they want to be in there, but I think the bottom line is, don't they just want closure? They want somebody to be named the starter and want this thing to be at an end so they know who the guy is?
Yeah, in a perfect world, we want to know right now. But you know how it goes, and the media part of it is going to drag it a little bit. But at some point in time, you got to know, okay, who's going to start for us? And I'm not the guy that makes that decision. I don't want to be. I'm glad I'm not. But, they have to make a decision if we're going to go with Aaron or if we're going to go with Brett.
Yeah, Ted Thompson and Mike McCarthy will be making those decisions. Bart, let me ask you, as a defensive player, who would you rather line up and see at the quarterback position, Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers?
Well, let me think. I got the rook, essentially, or the all-world, all-everything quarterback. I love to go against the young guy. Brett Favre's been there, done that, seen everything. Whenever you're going against a player, you want to go against somebody who you can kind of fool. Brett's seen pretty much everything and playing him a couple years ago. It was tough to get it to him, because he's seen everything. There's nothing that we can put on him that's new. You always want a younger quarterback because you can show him something new. He hasn't been in the melting pot, so to speak.
Yeah, this situation, it stinks. I mean, everything about it, it's I mean, and the only thing I can think of to really correct this situation is you've got to let Brett Favre come back and be a Packer. Any other option, I don't think it's a viable option for the Packers. I had a situation in Denver a little similar to this, where Johnny Elway retired after 2 Super Bowls. Brian Greasy was a young quarterback in his second year, came out to be our quarterback. And I know at that time, had John said, you know what, guys, I made my retirement prematurely and I want to come out of retirement, I think that's a no-brainer. We let John come back. I know Brett hasn't been to a Super Bowl in probably 10 years, since '98, but I think you know what you have in Brett. You know what you have. You know you have his interceptions as well as his touchdowns. You don't know what you have in Aaron Rodgers right now today. So I'm going with Brett Favre. And I think that's the easiest way out of this situation, is to let Brett Favre come back and be your quarterback. Any other option, I don't see.
I tell you what, Brett started this retirement wave. Jonathan, if you're out there and the toes feeling a little bit better, the Ravens will welcome you back in, baby. You can come off the golf course and we'll move Gaither over to the right side.
And, of course, Bart is talking about Jonathan Ogden, the All-Pro, All-World left tackle. But I'm not just going to put Al on the spot here. I'm going to put you on the spot as well, Bart. There's been a lot of talk of teams where Brett Favre could land that might be a desirable situation. People have thrown out the Baltimore Ravens. Would you like to see Brett Favre in Baltimore?
I mean, we can add him to the mix. I mean, I know he won't. We can add him to the mix. I don't know if he wants to be a backup or go out and fight, but if you put Brett Favre on any football team, you'll instantly improve that football team. Wherever he plays, if he decides to play and he comes back, he's going to make that team an instant contender because the ability that he has to stretch the football field and make the tight throws, he's a gunslinger.
Al, do you want to see Brett Favre back with Green Bay?
I'm appalled that you would ask such a thing.
Well, I just want to make sure,
Yeah, I would love to see Brett back. I'm a Brett Favre fan. Not to say anything against Aaron, because Aaron is a great quarterback. He's done a lot of good things to help my game. That's who I see during the year. I see Aaron Rodgers. I don't get to go against Brett that much during the season. But I would love to see number 4 come through the tunnel, put putting his hand up. But, we just got to wait and see.